friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Content creation is real work. Real work. And one of the challenges you have when you are traveling is clothes management. You can't carry enough clothes to use to change. So don't mind, I'm juggling them. Now, I've been hearing revolution. My friend, Dr. Cosmos Maduka was interviewed, and he was talking about revolution. And he made some vital points that some of my other friends disagreed with. But the truth remains that in the history of nations, it's young people that have been responsible for revolutionary changes. From Fidel Castro and his brother, to Gaddafi, to the Arab Spring and all that. All over the world, it's mostly young people, not old people. I don't have the energy to go into the streets. I can just collapse in the streets. But some people say he should put his children in front and all that. That's a very parochial way of looking at issues. If Cosmos Maduka's children do not talk about Nigeria, they will never suffer. It is you that will suffer. So, bust this idea of Dr. Apoki's children should be in the front. In this country, I'm living in a different Nigeria. It's only when I come into the streets. And even when I come into the streets, the way I am treated is different. But the truth of the matter is that no matter how I am treated, Nigeria has a way of catching up with you. That's why we want a good country, a better country. But I don't believe in violent revolution. I don't believe in military takeovers. I don't believe in the ones of, how will I call it, upheaval. Because from my study of revolutions, if you take the Egyptian revolution, after the youths went into the streets, sacrificed their lives, and removed Mubarak, it is Assisi that is there. Assisi is part of the old bloc. Once the revolution is taking place, the Western powers who do not want your nations to change, the imperialists, would infiltrate the revolution and then make sure somebody who will kowtow to them or toe their line takes over. And if that does not happen, they will fight and nearly destroy any leader that is there or destroy that nation. They will do everything within their control. So, the point I'm making is that when the young people go into the streets, after some time it is the same old people. Number two, that will come in and destroy the nation again or stagnate the nation. The next thing is that if there is a revolution that leads to disintegration, let's take Yugoslavia that broke up into Albania, Serbia, Montenegro, Kosovo, and several other small nations. It is usually the same old people that will head the small units that broke up, the same power blocks. Let's take the Philippines, for example. After the revolution, Ferdinand and Imelda Marcos were thrown away. Aquino came in, some other people came in. Today, guess who is the president of the Philippines, is Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the son of the person that he removed, that Cardinal Sin, excuse me, and the Catholic nuns came into the streets and removed him from power, removed the wife from power. Okay, the son is back because these so-called people, they have a romance, an unholy Stockholm syndrome romance with the oligarchy. I don't understand it. The next thing is, there was something I was trying to remember. Which country? I was trying to remember a country. Anywhere there has been revolution, Iran. There was revolution in Iran. The Pahlavi, the Shah, was removed by students. Today, an oligarchy of religious extremists that are oppressing the same youth, the same young people who at their age bracket caused the revolution that put them into power. They are suppressing them, locked them, thrown them into prison. Look at the Syrian revolution. After the revolution in Homs and all that, an extremist has come into power. Gaddafi turned out to be an extremist. Fidel Castro. After some time, look at Museveni, look at Idi Amin, look at Jammeh in Gambia at one point. The people would transform to become dictators. So, what do I advocate? Intellectual revolution. Let there be a mental change, an attitudinal change, starting from primary, secondary to university level. For me, don't forgive me if I don't fall into your camp. Somebody like Peter Obi, he might not be an angel, but he will have caused a mental change, an attitudinal change in governance without bloodshed, without upheaval. So from our religious leaders have not done well in this country. I'm very angry. They don't like me. But let's from the church start to reorientate the minds of people, emphasize the right qualities, teach the right things, introduce patriotism and development into our messages. We're not going to heaven immediately. We are still here for some time. Let's inculcate these ideas into our members. In Islam, in the church, we constitute a great majority of the population. If our people can change, what prevents the youths in a church coming out to clean a street? What prevents the youths in a church donating money to buy bed sheets for a hospital in their community? A mental reorientation. Let's start emphasizing the right things. Let's start doing the right things. We, the elders, show example, do the right thing. And by the time we start doing these things, an evolution will take place. I believe that social media content creators should stop fighting themselves. When young men come and start fighting themselves, women fight themselves, dragging each other. No. You are not the real problems of this country. The real enemies of the country, you are not dragging them. You don't need to insult them. But let's talk about what is wrong in this country, what we are not doing well. Let's praise those who are doing well. Even if we don't denigrate or what will I call it now? Insult those who are not doing well. we can politely start presenting the right images and commending those who do well. And by the time we start emphasizing the right values and condemning wrong attitudes, this nation will change. It might take time, but it will be a more enduring change, because revolutions, violent revolutions, have a way of being hijacked. And then just calm down, don't fight me. Look at the average person you are idolizing as a revolutionary that is calling for revolution. Just look at the one that is even calling for secession and breakup of this nation. You will notice pride. Some of them carry themselves like this. You will notice disrespect for persons and institutions. You will notice that many of them don't have God. They don't fear God. You will notice that many of them have duplicity. You will notice that many of them are core tribalists. If I am agitating for Urobo nation, Urobo, everything Urobo, a point will come, the Shekiri man will become my enemy, the Yoruba man will become my enemy, the Igbo man will become my enemy, will become intolerant of each other. Somebody saw me speaking Yoruba, an Urobo person, he attacked me. Do you know how many times I've spoken Urobo? Why can't I speak Yoruba? Somebody saw me speaking Igbo on radio. He called me, he was angry that I was praising the Igbo people. I didn't have good interaction with Hausa or Fulani, but with the Igala people, I had interaction with them before the Civil War. So I speak some Igala, Agba, Adudu, Isnafia, Nago, Inyome. So it gives me a sense of joy that I can communicate and identify with every segment of Nigeria. So you see some of these people agitating, they have defects that are responsible for who and what we are in this nation, until there is a mental shift in the minds of people. Break this nation into local governments. You know, in the UK they don't have states. Break this nation into small counties, units. The same quarrels will take place. The Anambra man might not agree with the Ebonyi man, might look down on the Ebonyi man. The Ebonyi man might not agree with the Abia man. The Egba might not agree with the Ijebu. The Ijebu might not agree with the Ondo. Inside Ondo there is Ekiti. In the north, Igala, Birom, Nupe, that. Until we start, we must reorientate the minds of the people that poverty, hunger, underdevelopment knows no tribe. And injustice knows no tribe. There is injustice among each tribe, among each community, even sometimes in families. Once we start addressing those issues constructively, a mental revolution will take place. We should start celebrating models and celebrating people who are agents of this change. I'm so glad that people will just meet me in the street. You are doing a good work. I like what you are doing. Continue with what you are doing. Better. I cannot just take people and start. But there are times we condemn things and people feel that we are insulting people. No, we ignore the weaknesses of people and concentrate on the wickedness of people. And we ask offensive questions that people don't like to hear, but it's only the knowledge of the truth that sets you free, and the understanding of the lies that held you bound, and the willingness to leave them, that can lead to a developed person and a developed nation. We don't need angels, I'm not one, to change this country, but we just need people who love humanity, who love their country. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki.